Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update video for Wednesday, December the 8th. And we had a pretty good consolidation day today. We were looking at this. We're still on the ES here. And matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do a 2-day chart because as we know, actually, let's do a 3-day chart. As we know, we got this. You see, this is Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. We got this huge rally. This was the overnight session, and then this was actually that was Monday session, overnight session, Tuesday session. I mean, we have really ripped up here in the last couple of days after kind of a really treacherous looking market last week. It looked pretty sketchy, like it might be the start of something, big on the downside and all that kind of stuff. As it turns out, we just came back into some areas of support, moving averages, things like that. And I'll show you those in just a minute. We'll look at those. And reversion to the means, all it was. And so we stayed long and everything looks great right now. So let's go out here to a 1-year chart. And this is what we're looking at. So, earlier this year, this stuff is easy to trade. I mean, it's just we're channeling up, momentum's higher. You buy the dips, you sell, when you get the upper end of the range, that type of thing. Then this happened, and that it was a big question mark because we didn't know if this was going to come back down here to the fire line. I kind of thought it would, and we had this massive rip higher, up. And as you can see, let me zoom in a little bit on this. Is the ES. As you can see, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was a down day. 8. Couple of down days there. 9, 10. Down day. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 out of 18 days or whatever were basically straight up. We covered a lot of ground here. This was from 4320 to 46, say 4700 essentially. It was a huge move. So the consolidation here, you have to digest this move, right? And we're chopping, and usually you chop, and then you resume this trend, to go higher. And I'm looking here at 4,800, etc. And then the rug gets pulled out with the Omicron virus or whatever. And also Powell. Actually, Powell's the one that started it with, guess what? Inflation's not transitory. And we've been saying that for a year. But anyway, this all happened. And then let me kind of zoom in here even a little bit more. On Monday, we got the big flush down, got a foothold there. This day was kind of, these 3 days right here were pretty pivotal. And I said this in the room on Monday. This was Monday. Once we got a positive candle above this prior candle here, this was a turning point for the market. And we won't be long. Luckily for us in the bias room, I did a 4,800 butterfly up here. I did a 4,900 butterfly up here for the end of the year, December 31st, end of year. I think that's actually still very valid. Big run up here yesterday, and then a little consolidation today, but the consolidation is higher, grinding higher. So we look for this to continue. Now, if we look at this, we're kind of back to where we were, here. So are we going to kind of digest this move here and, have trouble getting through this? This is the all-time high. This is the ES. Or are we going to just blow through this and keep going? And my ultimate target up there is 4,800. Now, again, that's ES. So it'll be about 7, 8 points difference on the SPX. But I don't know. We could break and come back down here and retest this and come back up, but I don't think we will, actually. The one thing that can throw a monkey wrench in it is we have CPI numbers on Friday. No idea how that's going to turn out, but we have to assume this thing's going to keep going here at this point after this Really nice turn in the market off the low here. So, as I've been saying for a little while now, even through the bad stuff here, I didn't want to short this market. I said if it turns into something, yes, we'll jump on it. It turns into a snowball and it starts really, really coming down. Yes, we got plenty of chances to short it. And in this kind of trend, you just short the rallies and it works that way. You can make a lot of money. That's easy. This was very fast. It was very fast and also straight down, straight up, straight down, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. So wild swings, and when you get that, I'm much more inclined to say be very careful of that kind of market, and because this thing can turn on a dime, and it did. So I'm saying the same thing here. I would not try to do any kind of big short here. If it does turn, we get some news and it does start turning down, we can ride it down. We have plenty of time to get in it. But I'm looking higher here. I'm looking at 4,800. And I don't even actually think the Santa rally has even started yet. So again, I put a butterfly up there at 4,900 and it's looking really great. So we'll see what we get. But other than that, if we look, we'll switch gears real quick and go look at the NASDAQ here. If you look at this chart, there is no reason to think we don't come up and touch the all-time high there at 16,656. This is in Q. Now I don't know if we do it, immediately, or if we kind of chop around, catch our breath, and then start making our way up here. So this might take a couple days, might take a couple weeks, maybe end of the year. I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell here, because when you get this kind of crazy moves in such a short span of time, it's really, really hard to read that. If you compare this to the prior one we had here, look at this. So the sell-off started here September, bottomed out kind of October, so we kind of coming down, sector rotation, all that kind of stuff, for a month, and then it took November, December. This is a long time frame. This one, all-time high to here, took 2 weeks, so much more violent move here. This is kind of work your way down, start working your way back up, work your way down, work your way up, work your way down, work your way up. This is kind of some crazy stuff here. So all that being said, again, I'm positioned long. Everything looks good. If you look at Apple and all of the big name techs, they all look good. So I'm still leaning this thing long. I'm very short term. I'm day trading. I'm trading for the next 3, 4, 5 days. Probably the longest trades I have are going out maybe 2 weeks on doing weekly stuff. But I'm very light. I'm very nimble. I'm taking profit when I can, and that's the best way to trade this market. So be careful out there. Don't get your head chopped off if you get on the wrong side for one day in this market, which could very well happen. And don't be so quick to switch sides. In other words, if we have a down day tomorrow and the NASDAQ that we're looking at here is down 100 points, don't all of a sudden assume that means to get short, because we could be up 150 the next day. So anyway, that's what I've got for us. Be careful out there. Trade light, be nimble, take profit when you can, and above all, size your risk according to your account, and put use tighter stops in this market, and we'll keep plugging along, keep making money. So thanks for the time, guys. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me